I know this season has just started. We're like 11 games in, but already we are seeing kit leaks for the next season. So we're just going to take a look into those using footy headlines for our information. Yeah, first shirt we're going to look at is Arsenal. And they've gone with this number here, which is a classic return to the red and white, which I think was pretty good, to be fair. So they've opted to not only drop the blue from their current home shirt, which I thought was actually quite a nice touch, but they're also going back to their regular badge, which is interesting, to say the least, because as far as I'm aware, I thought Arsenal would try to make the cannon motif like their new badge. I thought that was going to be the thing they were going to use in the future, but apparently not, which is, I mean, it's fair enough, but the badge has the blue in, but then removing the blue from the shirt. It doesn't make sense to me personally. I'm a big fan of the mock-up they've created using the 25-26 Adidas template. I think it looks very nice. Big fan of just the white on the sleeves, but a majority of a red kit. I think it's much better than the one they've got this season with all the white on the sides of the shirt as well. So yeah, more red, less white. I think it looks really nice. Obviously, it probably won't look like this exactly, but there's a pretty good guess of what it could look like. And I'm a fan, to be fair. Again, big fan of the template they're going with. Yeah, I think it's a very solid looking shirt. Can't really go wrong, to be honest. It looks pretty good. Now, obviously, it's only a concept design. It's not exact, but from what I'm seeing, I like it. And then we've also got another Arsenal kit to look at. We've got the away kit, and it's this. Obviously, not the final design, but I think it was pretty good. So yeah, in classic Arsenal fashion, they are returning to the 95-96 away shirt. It's a shirt they've revisited multiple times already, and this is another return to that. And fair enough, it is quite a nice design, to be fair. So this is the design that could possibly be seen. We'll be going back to the cannon motif. So they're not keeping the classic badge for this shirt, which, you know, fair enough. I mean, the colours work much better with the cannon than they would an Arsenal badge unless they recolored it, which obviously they could, but, you know, who knows what they're cooking. It looks metallic as well, which is very interesting. But yeah, I'm a fan. I like the lightning graphic. I've said many a time that I like an Arsenal shirt when it has the lightning graphics, and I think this looks very good. Also, some red accents as well is a nice touch. I think it's a very, very solid design choice and something that Arsenal have in their library, and I'm glad we're seeing it again, you know. I just think it's very cool. I just think it's very cool. And finally, we've got all three Arsenal shirts this season, or next season. We got a third shirt, and that is bringing back the colours from 2007 to 2009. You know what? It looks pretty good, I must say. It is very much a classic vibe, harkening back to, of course, those colours they used back in the day, but also going back to the trefoil, which I think is a lovely touch from an Adidas shirt. And I like what I'm seeing from this prediction. I think it was very nice. Yeah, so it's mostly white shirt with some maroon and gold colours. I think the Arsenal badge and the trefoil in maroon looks very nice, along with the sponsor and some colours on the cuffs and collar. A nice polo collar there as well, which I'm a fan of. And then a few gold accents here and there. Looks good. I mean, should you really be using gold on a kit if you've not won the league? I don't think so, but they've opted to do so here, and it works, to be fair. It does work. You could easily swap out the cannon for a Roma badge, and it would still look very sick. So it's a very, very solid looking template, very solid base that they could use for other shirts going forward, and they probably will do, to be fair. But yeah, big fan of that. Looks lovely. Arsenal are going to be one of the best dressed teams next season. It's got a modern classics written all over it. Wow, lovely. So yeah, moving on to Liverpool, and this is their first time back with Adidas since 2012. So what's that? 12 years since being with Adidas, and they're back. And I think it's one of the best choices they've made, to be honest, moving from Nike to Adidas, because Nike just, they don't really hit anymore, in my opinion. They're just not exciting. I mean, they created this very nice shirt for Toulouse, but yeah, other than that, it's just Adidas are clear at the moment, I think. And we've got some mock-up designs as well. So we've got a home, away, and a third shirt. And these are the colour leaks. So I think these are the authentic colours. And these are just design mock-ups based on templates. And yeah, they're made by an alleged Liverpool kit expert. And I like what I'm seeing, to be honest. These are some very cool looking designs. Standard home shirt, you know, it's got the liver bird, red and white, solid. classic. Can't really go wrong. Few stripes on the side there. And then the away shirt actually looks lovely with the liverbird in a shield, which I think is a very nice touch. Sort of harkens back to the classic Liverpool crest, which is the liverbird in the shield, but it's a more modernized version of that. I think it's pretty good, to be fair. I'm a fan of that. And then moving on to the third shirt, and that comes back to a retro Liverpool badge. This is the badge from the 87 to 92 season, much like Tottenham did with their own green shirt this season, and I like it. I think with the trefoil, it looks solid. I like the stripes as well. It is a classic design we've seen from Liverpool before, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, looks lovely. Obviously, these are just renders, but I think if this is legitimate and this is what Adidas choose to do, Liverpool can have some belters as well. Honestly, Adidas are cooking, let's be real. And then we move on to Manchester City, and they're still with Puma, and they're returning to the sash. Now, classically, a sash with Manchester City is never actually seen on the home shirt. They normally go for like a two-coloured sash on one of their away or third shirts. And this is the first time we'll see it on a home shirt. But you know what? It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it is a very plain kit just from the mock-up. Just a plain blue stripe. Does look boring, and I imagine they could make it look a bit cooler in the official shirt. But I don't mind it, you know. I've said it before. I like the sash as a design element. I think it's a very unique design choice. Not many teams use it nowadays. And I think bringing it back to your home shirt, good idea. Maybe they could make it tonal with two colours like they have done on previous shirts. I'm not sure. I don't really know what Man City are cooking in the shirt department. But at the moment, the leak is a little bit plain. And I think if you just add a bit more colour or a little pattern or something, it could look very cool. But yeah, happy to see the sash return. I just hope they can do a bit more than just a plain coloured sash, to be honest. And then we move over to the other Manchester club and Manchester United, and they're returning to their iconic snowflake design, which first appeared on the 90-92 away shirt. And you know what? It looks good. It's probably one of the most iconic football shirt designs of all times. It's definitely up there, maybe not the most iconic, but definitely in the upper echelons of that ranking. And yeah, I'm a fan of it. I've used it in a few of my own custom designs before. Maybe the designers at Manchester United are fans of the O2 GT channel and have taken my idea. I'll be expecting my consultancy fee to come through soon. But yeah, I mean, it's solid. I'm not really too sure about the colours. What we got here, we've got some colours, apparently. Don't know what they're called. So just going off footy headlines verbatim here, it's going to be a white and light lavender combined with dark purple accents. Solid set of colours to choose from. I don't mind it, really. And I think it could look quite nice if executed correctly. But, I mean, it's just the snowflake graphic, man. It's a cheat code. They've used it a lot recently. 2015-16, 2017-18, and then bringing it through again. And I don't mind it. It's better than the weird M-style graphic they've gone with on their away kit this time around. I think this looks far better. And it still looks like an M as well. So, yeah, you've been outdone there by your previous design. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Ooh, but the Manchester United third shirt, oh my god. And supposedly it's bringing back vibes of the iconic Cantona kit. Yes, Manchester United are returning to black, gold, and blue. Or black, yellow, and blue, whichever way you want to look at it. But my god, what a beautiful design that was. Now, apparently the colours aren't exactly confirmed. They've been leaked. But I like what I'm seeing in these fan-made renders of what it could look like. The 93-95 away shirt is probably my favourite Manchester United shirt of all time. I think it looks phenomenal, and any homage to that takes the elements of that shirt and brings them into the modern age could be a banger. Now, I'm not seeing a collar like the classic collar you have on that shirt, which is kind of a disappointment because who doesn't love a collar? I think a collar on a shirt just really elevates it. So we're not going to see that, unfortunately, according to these leaks anyway. But we'll see the stripes return, which is nice. Allegedly, the crest could be in a shield, which I would like as well. Even if it's just the devil in the crest, I think that'd be cool. And also the blue elements. I love blue, man. It's my favourite colour. So again, a bit of blue on a shirt. Mwah. And it works lovely with this colour scheme as well. And then move swiftly on to Newcastle United. And I don't know what's going on here. I'm not going to lie. I'm really not sure what Adidas are trying to cook with Newcastle. I mean, just look at the first leak footy headlines made for this The first design prediction footy headlines made for this was fucking horrific. They've updated it since and it looks a bit better. Obviously, using the tools they have available, they're not official kit manufacturers, so they can't go through like the design process they go through, much like myself. But I think the second improved prediction looks a lot better than whatever they were cooking on that first one, because that is horrific. But both of them don't look good. I'm going to be real. Yeah, the 25-26 home shirt for Newcastle United will feature a striped design inspired by a shepherd's check pattern. And apparently, Brisbane Roar have this same design idea. So let's take a look at that real quick to get a better idea of what we could see from Newcastle. I believe I've already looked at this, but I want to just be sure that I'm looking at the correct thing. Yes, okay, yeah. So with Brisbane Roar, they created a very nice looking shirt with this shepherd's check pattern. I thought it looked phenomenal when it was first released. And then, you know, looking at this, it's... I think if we're basing it off this prediction, it's going to look like shit. Let's be real here. But if we base it off the Brisbane Roar shirt of a similar pattern, much like this, it could look a lot better. Yeah, hit me up if you need any help. I'll be more than happy to help. As long as you give us Isaac next season. Right, and then we're going to ditch the Premier League now. We're going to move into Europe, and the first shirt we're going to look at is La Liga and Atletico Madrid. The colours have leaked, allegedly, so we're going back to the 2005-2006 away shirt, which is a very solid shirt from Atletico Madrid, and just bring it into the modern era. Nothing wrong with that. If it looks like this design guess they've created here, I think it could be a very solid shirt. Obviously, that sponsor is awful. There's not much we can do about that, as that is Atletico Madrid's sponsor, but other than that, could be a very solid design. Don't know why the Nike tick is on one of the stripes and just not moved centrally. That's the thing Nike have been doing with quite a few of their centralized shirts for some reason, and it just looks terrible. If you move the Nike ticks to the center, could create a very solid shirt. But yeah, other than that, you know, it's nice. It's a nice striped number. Can't really fault it. Maybe could alter the badge colors a bit to match the color scheme. I'm not sure what the Atletico Madrid fans' views would be on that, but I think it could work. But yeah, just move the Nike tick into the center and you'd have a very, very solid shirt. Again, your new badge is not great. I don't know what the is going on with the tree and the bear, but the 2017 one was clear. And Barcelona and Nike. Again, I don't like Nike when they make football shirts, because what is this? I know you're trying to create some fun designs, some cool designs that make for iconic looking shirts, but this just looks terrible. And it's always Barcelona as well. Like, this season's shirt for Barcelona is absolutely phenomenal. It is a brilliant looking shirt, but other than that, their recent kits have just been stinkers, and I think this is one of those. It's the collar as well. The collar makes it look worse. I think if the collar was all one color, it could look a bit better, but I'm not sure with the shirts, the stripes. I mean, I'm sure the official version will look a lot better than whatever this this mock-up is. I'm just not a fan of the design, you know. A horrible collar, horrific choice of collar. If Nike continue to use this sort of awful half and half asymmetrical collar, I might just die. But yeah, I don't really like it. I'm not gonna lie. I think it should just be solid stripes all the way through. But again, you've got to do more with the stripes to make them more interesting than just block colours, so I do understand that, and I can appreciate Barcelona trying to do that, but not like this. And then we move on to the El Clasico rivals and Real Madrid, and it looks like they're returning to a similar shirt that good old Ronnie Ronaldo wore back in 2009-2010. And you know what? I don't really have much complaints, to be honest. I think this looks like a solid shirt. You know, you've got the little yellow piping across the body of the kit, which I like. Big fan of that design. I hope we see some piping on the Forest shirt next season. And then we've gone with like silver metallic stripes on the sleeves, which is a bit strange and don't seem to replicate that in the actual Adidas badge, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, of course. Yeah, from the prediction, it just looks like the sleeves are metallic and not the actual badge itself. So it remains to be seen what they'll do there. It does say black logos, so that is probably going to be black, but these are silver. And I think the Adidas logo is way too big once again. Real Madrid shirt, which I believe is their design inspiration, and fair enough because it's a decent kit. Doesn't look too good here though. Decent kit, but you know, not even last season, but the season before that was fucking phenomenal. That with the orange, that was beautiful. This is quite the downgrade. Too much white. Needs a bit more colour on there, I think. But AS Roma have had some very cool concepts leaked, actually, like actual sketches of the designs they're planning, and I like what I'm seeing so far. So this is the same template we've seen used for Real Madrid with a different style of collar. I like it. Very retro-esque. Yeah, just a very solid shirt. Roma normally get very solid kits, to be fair. They're a very fashionable club in recent years, I think. And this could be a banger, really. Same with the away kit. It's supposed to be on a Jupiter. Obviously, they're Italian, and they've gone with this lightning bolt pattern across the body of the kit. Interesting design choice. But this actually looks pretty cool. I like what they've done in the design render, basing off this image, of course. I think it looks solid. I've never really been a fan of the wolf head, I will admit. I think it looks a bit goofy, but, you know, it can look all right on a shirt. And I think the main crux of the design will be this lightning pattern, how they execute that on the kit. Because right now, it looks okay, but I think it could be done better. Look at the Manchester City kit with their lightning strikes from last season. So it could be a solid shirt. I have faith Adidas and Roma will cook. They normally do. And then we look at their third shirt. And much like the Arsenal kit we've actually looked at, which I did mention swapping out for a Roma badge, they've gone with this lovely looking design. So again, based off of the concept images, which I think phenomenal. Great to see an insight into this sort of thing as well. I like seeing the design process. I mean, of course, if you're going to do designs, you're going to concept them first, but I didn't consider they did it traditionally, which is a nice insight. But yeah, I like it. It's a solid shirt. It just is very nice. So it takes the white of the traditional Roma away shirts and makes that the third shirt colour, combined with green and yellow accents and that lovely polo collar, which creates a very classy look. Look at that, man. That is a thing of beauty. And the trefoil as well. I like this, man. I'm a big fan. Love the collar. Love the retro ASR badge as well. That's very cool. You know, Roma joining Adidas was a power play because they've created some very, very nice looking shirts. And this one, or these three, in fact, are no exception. Now we've got two more clubs to look at, two more powerhouses. We've got Bayern Munich first, who are returning to red and white, finally, and will allegedly feature a never-seen-before look. Who knows what that means? But we've got a few design guesses here. Some pretty interesting design ideas. We've got a little, little half and half. I actually quite like that. That looks very nice, to be fair. Got a little cross. I think this is a map of the city design. Needs more white, in my opinion. And then whatever you call this sort of feature. It's not on half. It's technically a half and half, but not really. But yeah, my favorite design is definitely the third one. I think that could look very cool as a Bayern Munich kit and gets more white back onto the home shirt, which is something severely missing in their current home shirt. Like, look at this, man. They could easily have put white into this kit. Like, I'm gonna do a little click of my fingers. This is what I thought the home shirt should have looked like. But no. But yeah, my favorite is definitely this half and half shirt. I think I don't know. I'm not a Bayern Munich fan, so I don't want to speak for them, but I imagine they would be happy with this design because of the white and the white and red. I hope so, because I think it's a really nice design. I also thought the mostly white shirt was really nice as well. So yeah, I think if they go with this design, probably their best bet, and it's my favorite of the four. You know, I'm a kit aficionado, so I clearly know best. And we'll finish off this video with what I think is the official PSG 25-26 shirt. Bam. This looks official. It might be a very sick render, but as far as I'm aware, this is the official PSG shirt, although it does say designed at the top here, so maybe I've been hoodwinked. But I like what I'm seeing. It's based off of the Eiffel Tower, and I think it looks lovely. Now, originally, looking at the design, I just thought it was the, stripe down the middle with the design on it. The crossed steel of the Eiffel Tower, but no, it's actually across the whole body of the shirt, which I do like. PSG badge in the middle, solid. Move that Nike tick in the middle as well, underneath the PSG badge, budge that up a bit, you'd have a belter of a kit. Again, not a fan of when a design gets cut in half by a sponsor. I understand why they need to do that, but it just doesn't look great. I mean, what they could have done was give it an outline, maybe like a dark blue outline or even a red outline, and then just had a solid stripe, which would have looked better in my opinion. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Even if this isn't the official shirt, if it's anything close to this, it'll be solid. Sometimes I think PSG do far too much with their shirts, like like this one right here. I know it's a retro throwback, but I don't like it. Whereas this type of design, referencing the Eiffel Tower, now we're talking. It looks good. Hopefully, it's more like this, just with the Nike tick moved into the center, which is probably not realistic given all the other Nike concepts we've looked at, but I can dream, right? I mean, I'll probably never buy the shirt, but if I have to look at it, I want it to look nice. So yeah, those have been my investigations, shall we say, into the 25-26 home shirts and possible leaks we will see. Obviously, we're going to get more as the season progresses and other teams start looking into their shirts. You know, obviously the quote-unquote biggest clubs will start designing their kits in advance just to, I don't know, really, have it ready for the last game of the season or something like that. I've been O2GT. But yeah, I liked what I've seen. A lot of these designs are very solid, so I've got high hopes for the upcoming season. Obviously, these shirts are very expensive. So, you know, I think there's more emphasis on teams creating nice looking designs because football shirts are also becoming more of a fashion piece. So they want their shirts to look nice as well. And, you know, with the money you're spending, you're going to want to spend your hard-earned money on a shirt you actually like the look of. So I think, you know, it's a win-win. You know, shirt designers put more effort into their kits and fans get something they can, you know, really get excited about and not just a bland red and white shirt, for example. So yeah, I've got high hopes for the upcoming season, and I look forward to seeing what other kit leaks release in the future. And this has been my investigation into the 25-26 season, and things are looking up currently. It can only go downhill from here, probably, but, you know, fingers crossed the leaks continue and some of the designs we've seen actually materialize into real life. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.